Okay. Hot damn. Okay, we'll see what comes out. Michelle Past Life. I'm getting lyrics to As Time Goes By and When Two Lovers Woo. This is you and somebody else. The Lover, the Mask. Okay. It's coming. These are not necessary. What we have here is something that's in When Two Lovers Woo, and there's somebody that's a huge, big dreamer. They are the lower working class station. I'm not sure if this is you or them. Give me a minute to figure it out. The handsome, beautiful. This is the man. This is the male dreamer. Male dreamer, working class man. Good looking dude. We have somebody very beguiling on the other side of this, and magic as soon as it's seen. This is like love at first sight moment. This is crazy good. Okay, all right. There's a card of earthquake, and it's really speaking strong. There's an earthquake and a rescue. I don't know if both of you make it out of there. I've got to see. Again, the mask returns. This is the story. You met at some kind of big-ass dance, this big-ass conventional dance that was a Toy Story dance. He was there, and he was, I want to say low class, but that's the wrong words in modern terms. He's a lesser class, a lower class, a very subclass. You are far wealthier than him, but there was actual, real true love going on here. Somebody helps him in getting your attention, and as soon as it is, boom, it's on. It's on. It's the only thing that you can direct your attention to. It's the only focus you have. You don't know what you're going to do because this is big. It's impossible. Blue Rose of Impossibility comes through. It's impossible. The father is not impressed with this one. He's low station. He sees him only. He doesn't even see that you are smitten. There's plans. There's plans. There's a planned future already laid in, and you're going to make a marriage that is a good contractual agreement. What love has to do with it has nothing to do with it for him, for your dad, for this. And you're like, no, fuck that. You're going out, sneaking out. How old are you here? Maybe 16, 17? How old is he? Not much older. He's coming in at around like 22 maybe 21. That's not much older back then. I don't know what that's about. Your mother had concerns whether you would be an old maid and be shelved. Something about your temperament is inappropriate. You don't behave like a lady. He comes romancing. You don't behave like a lady at all. Like you're very rebellious in nature. Very rebellious. And this guy's a dreamer. How dare he dream above this station? He's totally goo-goo for you. Trying to charm you over and over in any way possible. This is somebody that's in service. I don't know how to explain this. Not like army service, like household service, in service. So servant class is what I'm getting. Servant class. And you're more like upper class. It's not even upper middle class. It's like lower aristocracy type of class. Again and again, the multiple ways he tries to woo you. He sends you messages all the time. all the time. You'll go out and be among the birds or whatever, and he'll send some sort of message through. I don't know what is going on. He gets nervous around your father quite a bit, even though he shouldn't. He does. And you are wanting to be noisy and wake up the world with this. You're very, very excited about this. Wanting to wake up the world. What else we got going on? Okay, we got the story here. Now I need to know what's going on with this earthquake thing. Because that comes in really, really strong. It's like, strong. What's up with the earthquake? A plan is being devised between equal minds. You think like this person very much. It's not just that you guys are all hot and heavy for each other. You think like this person very much. So a plan is being devised to how to get you away, steal you away. You're talking about how would that happen? People would recognize you. You would need to go incognito, somehow disguised. This is like a bigger problem than you even could think. There's somebody in the servant class that he knows, that he trusts, that betrays. Somebody that he knows, that he thinks will keep the secret of how you guys feel about each other, but it betrays something. Information is gained and gathered, and here's him gathering. There's a lookout. What is this guy in the background up to? This guy has the father's interests more than your interests at heart, and your gentleman caller, whoever he is, your gentleman, he doesn't know that it feels like he's been bought off. Yeah, he's been bought off. The card of greed comes next. He feels bad that he's been bought off, but he's been bought off. Your guy tries to come. There's somebody that tries to block and enforce and keep him away. Charging something that is not accurate. Charging something that is not accurate. The plans were so good. The plans were so good. Now what? Now what? There's a play. There's some kind of play at some sort of theater or opera house I'm getting. I don't know what this is about. There's some sort of play that you go to. This is like art, this grand show, this grand art, masses of people, all of this kind of stuff going on, influencing things. Something comes that it creates disruption. This feels like the earthquake. What's going on here? The building is torn down. The building is torn down. Something comes to a screeching halt. Everything comes to a screeching halt. Oh. It feels like it comes to a screeching halt. It doesn't feel like your love is killed. It feels like your love is taken and put into like some kind of prison situation. And I don't know that it's debtor's prison, but it might be something along those lines, but maybe not quite as horrible, because there's accusations of thievery. And there's this earthquake, there is this rumbling, and the building comes down. Your dad feels like he got justice and he's bought off the law. He's bought off this other guy, and the other guy feels bad about betraying the two of you. He's almost saying, well, I was coaxed into doing it. I was made into doing it. The devil made me do it, blah, blah, blah. But that's not flying for you. You're miserable now. You're getting crazy. I don't know the psychological term, but you're getting crazy with grief, with sorrow, with loss. You can't figure out. You're like, your parents don't know what to do with you. Like the term hysterical comes up. It's like, you can't believe it, you can't believe it, you can't believe it. How could you? Why would you do this? It's like you go off on your own, but you've got all of this storminess in your mind, and there's nothing that is resolving this, making you happy in any way on this. Here comes a Ponzi dandy, a Ponzi dandy. Who's the Ponzi dandy? Oh, for fuck's sake. The Ponzi dandy is who your dad wants to set you up with, who your dad thinks is the better fit, the more suited suitor. You are not liking this one bit. It doesn't matter how good this person is or what he offers, and you find out now about the copper military interference. You find out about this. You find out about this, and you're furious. You're on a tear and destructive. On a tear and destructive. Holy shit, on a tear and destructive. Oh my gosh. You're breaking all kinds of shit. Mad and breaking shit. You want what you want, and you're not going to be denied. You're going to cut into the bank account as much as you can. You've decided if bribery works for good old dad, it'll work for you too. And maybe dad was onto something, but you're cutting into things. Whether it's considered inheritance, whether it's selling off parcels of land, I'm not quite sure. We get a little more clarity on that. Papers and documents and books and bankers. You've bought off a banker, some kind of banker and some kind of copper. That's an old word. A policeman, a law, somebody from the law that's a police, able to enforce, able to retrieve. You've bought off a banker. You've bought off the law. And you don't care. You're selling up the huts on the outskirts of the lands that you have. You want what you want. You won't be deterred. You won't be stopped until you get him. You actually go in to rescue him. At any cost, he gets shipped out. This is so cuckoo. He gets shipped out in the younger man's clothes. It means that something has happened where somebody younger has either swapped position with him, or he's just swapped the clothes to make his freedom. He paid somebody off for this price. Ooh, you're happy here. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a huge deed and parcel of land to the person that helps you do this, which is the banker in the law, whoever this is that helped you do this. You've given them part of your own inheritance to get his freedom, and you guys are leaving. Very much happiness. That's the truth of it. It doesn't matter. You occasionally will send signals to your mother, but they're very rare, very seldom. You'll send purple flowers her direction. This is your way of saying you're fine and be peaceful and truce. And it's pretty much a big fuck off to your dad. Keep your money. I don't give a damn. Yeah. And that's how you have it. And that's how you have it. That's exactly it. That's the whole story right there. Yeah. This is beyond star-crossed. This is like you will this into being. You travel a whole different path. Your life goes a whole different direction than the one of privilege that had set before you and your parents had planned and planned and planned. That's scoop. Holy smokes. Wow. Wow. Your dad should have never bribed anyone, because maybe you would have been, well, this is just outside looking in. If your dad had not bribed this person, you wouldn't have gotten the idea to bribe a person either. And maybe you would have like outgrown it, but I don't think so. But maybe he could have hoped for that. But because he set this pattern and you went on a rage and figured out, okay, well, good enough for the goose, good enough for the gander, or some kind of thing like that. But that's what that is. Will you call that for the goose and gander? For the goose and gosling, something like that? I don't know how the phrase goes. I'll look it up, but that's what we'll post it up under. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. That's what I got. Holy shit. That was crazy. Yeah. Really crazy. I kind of like how you were in this, like, even if you were a little diabolical, I don't really mind that, because There's a lot of chutzpah there. A lot of moxie on that one. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Yeah. And the time frame I get, just sidebar, the time frame I get is something to do with that stupid, it's not stupid. It was like a big, huge emporium was built. Maybe a big building was built. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I can't get any more accurate than that. Wow. Yeah, and it feels very Euro. Very, very Euro, England, Euro, Anglo, Euro. I don't know what. I'm a Euro. She's a Euro. He's a Euro. Wouldn't you like to be a Euro too? I don't know. Be a Euro. I don't